So how different is pickleball from like regular tennis? It's pretty. Is this a court's different or something, or
I
different
mean,
rules?
courts different, paddles different, rules somewhat similar, right? Like, again, if you grew up playing tennis, pickleball comes pretty easily. I think there's a lot of pickleball players that acknowledge that when they see an ex-tennis player.
And wasn't that actually invented here in the state of Washington?
Apparently, it was. I
Yeah,
think Bainbridge Island. I might be wrong there, but
yeah.
I mean, I know for a fact it was Washington. I think it's Bainbridge Island.
Bainbridge. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds right.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like I don't
You're not
want to
going to
say
the
I'm.
Olympics in
Nah,
2024 or
I'm not. I
2028
just it's
for
it's
Olympics
it's keep
for
me
pickle.
active. It's a way to get out of the house and hang out with my guys once a week
That's
at least.
important too. When you get up in age, like you got to exercise something, right? It doesn't matter what you do, just do something, right? It could be like martial arts or running or
Precisely,
something. Yeah,
precisely. Yeah, I mean that's one of those. Like somebody who grew up extraordinarily active, right? Like I consider myself an athletic athlete. Played multiple sports my entire life. Um, losing that part of me
Mhm.
just because of age and inconvenience of getting out of the house and finding something to do is tough, right? So it's like I've got to find a way to integrate some sort of activity into my life, right? Like pickleball kind of has become that, right? Snowboarding stuff, right? Um, it's small window of time during the year. You got to pack a bunch of stuff. You got to, get out to the mountains.
I'm guessing not
45 minutes.
cheap to buy a ticket a
No,
week.
I mean, and then seasons pass. Usually, what I do because it makes the most sense considering how
Yeah,
often I'd like to go. But
yeah,
then it's like with the kids, right? Like it's tough for me to justify getting out of the house and being gone for
yeah.
5 hours a day.
And plus, I mean, that's a good thing with snowboarding is like you do it by yourself, or you don't need a team. People just go do it, right? And the snowboard is that kind of like is that kind of like your mental health thing to like kind of therapeutic for you, like on the mountain by yourself or nature?
Absolutely, just throw in my headphones. I mean, this is snowboarding is social, generally speaking, for most people, right? Like oftentimes people go up with a friend or snowboarding buddy or ski buddy or whatever, or a group of people. But you get to a certain level where it becomes part of what
Mhm.
you do, where you oftentimes just go by yourself, right? Wake up like I'm just gonna go up some mountain for a little
Yeah,
bit. I'll be gone for 3, 4, 5 hours and come back, right? So I was definitely at that point where you know I would say half the time I was in the mountain, it was just kind of a solo trip, right? So
yeah.
yeah, a good little escape. Again, throw on your headphones. There's the exercise, there's nature. It's great, right? Like there's athletic challenge for me. I was a terrain park junkie, right? Like way more than I needed to be. Again, I wasn't going to the Olympics or anything, but like I snowboarded competitively. Like I competed, and slope style, right? So again, like flips and 360s and other spins and shit like
It's
that,
good of
right?
some.
A little closer, stuff like that. Um,
And so it's mainly like the main way you take care of yourself, so to speak.
I mean, it was for a while. Now it's a lot of it's pickleball. It's Peloton, which sometimes I hate to admit because I don't enjoy running. I don't enjoy spin or cycling necessarily. For me, it's kind of
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's boring, but it's kind of boring, right? Like it's
Yeah,
for me.
I
I'm
guess
not.
in commercial, like, let's go, let's go. I'm like,
Yeah,
to me, I never did it. Like, I'm talking about you on a bike, some video lady, like, telling you,
yeah.
let's go.
It's for
That seems
me
so,
like
like,
yeah.
fake to
I'm
me.
I'm competitive, so like there's a leaderboard that's
Mhm.
attached to it. So for me, like I watch myself
Yeah,
move past people or like I find somebody who, looks like they're moving pretty well and try to like, track with that person.
yeah,
So that's what keeps me moving. And also the idea that like I'm actually
yeah,
doing something active that's good for me, right?
yeah.
Like I gotta make sure that like I include that into, my daily routine. I think particularly COVID, the whole shutdown, right? Like really reminded me that how easy it is to forget to move and how important it is to your body, right? Like, atrophy can really set in pretty quick, right? And that's not something I wanted for myself. So like, I
Yeah.
kind of forced these things, these habits that maybe aren't entirely enjoyable, like
Mhm.
the spin thing
Yeah.
into my routine. Um, right. Because there's a lot of activities that I do truly love that are good for me, like snowboarding, right?
Yeah.
But those aren't always as accessible, right? Like
Yeah.
it takes a little more time away from the day. But if I can get on a bike for 30 minutes, cool. At least I did something.
Yeah.
But then pickleball is one of those things. Like I get
Yeah.
out the house, I can move
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. Good point. People don't realize how much cardio, like snowboarding and skiing actually is, right?
Man,
It's a
yeah.
workout.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for me, it's, I've been snowboarding for decades, but, like, it's always a good reminder. My first day up on the mountain after, a
You're like,
season
oh
off or
shit,
something, I was like,
I'm kind of out of shape right now.
"Shit, yeah, this is hard." Yeah, I actually need to get in shape to do this. I can't
Yeah.
just, it's definitely a workout. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So next, you actually became involved in Mercy House.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm on the, board of directors of Mercy Housing. That's recent. Feel like I'm still learning the ropes. Really, really great organization. Obviously, I don't know if I would have joined the board if it wasn't, but like I fully believe in the work they do, the team that they have there. Yeah, I mean, I committed myself at one point shortly after having my first kid that like, I can only really take on projects that I was passionate about. I'm kind of a yes person. I'm also I'd like to see myself as a go ahead.
Same here. Yes,
You too?
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, as
I got to learn to say
a
no more.
problem solver too. It's like, okay, you need some help. I want to jump all the way in, right? Like I want to jump in and fix it. Like
And so
it's
you're
not
like
like
board of directors, board of advisors.
board of directors, yeah.
Okay. And they reach out to you for this, or you reach out to them?
Yeah, I had a well, I actually had there's somebody who works with the organization that mentioned that I've worked with on some projects before, and somebody I consider a friend as well, who mentioned to me that Mercy Housing was looking to expand their board and thought that I would be a really good candidate. And I'd already known of Mercy, um, even prior to her experience, being at Mercy. But like when she started working at Mercy, I was really good picture of the work they did, appreciative of the kind of work or whatever. So once she mentioned, I was like, that's definitely interesting to me, right? Like something that like I think I would love to be able to support. And I'd also kind of pulled a lot of my focus away from serving a lot of the clients that I was doing work for, focusing more so on things that were um, being really intentional. I was focusing on being intentional with my
Mhm.
time at that moment too. And, Mercy Housing, that opportunity really, I think, fit in with things that are important to me too.
And so what do they expect you from you as being on the board? Like expect you like to put the word out about them, how they're branding, how they happen to fundraise, and like what do they expect from you?